What's going on, YouTubers and Steamians? Crypto Today here with some new interesting crypto news. Today I want to talk to you guys about a new, well, it's not really new, it's been around, I want to say since about third quarter 2016, and it is a platform known as OpenBazaar. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, OpenBazaar is a peer-to-peer decentralized network for free trade. It is kind of like, I don't want to say Silk Road because there are not a lot of things that are illegal on there. What you do is you download the app, you create an account. This has been my new, I don't want to say obsession, I've been really interested in it, so I haven't written a blog in about 5 days, I want to say, on Steemit. I've been in chat talking to people, but I haven't put something out because I wanted to write a blog about this and be really detailed. I found that with pictures and being as detailed as I was with my how to create a mining rig and how to set up your software, that they got really good feedback, positive feedback from those, as well as my my anonymous one, or a guy, trying to claim that he's working for or underneath the anonymous sect, you could say. Who knows if he really is? A lot of people say he's not, but that's besides the point. I got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of good interaction with my followers and some new people, so I didn't put this out yet because I really wanted to make it very detailed and descriptive for you guys. But pretty much what OpenBazaar does is it uses the Tor network to encrypt and create a store for yourself. So when you download the app and you create yourself a profile, what your profile is creating is a storefront, okay? So on that storefront, you can put things up for sale. They use Bitcoin, and people can browse through the different stores and then can choose to purchase from you or not. So it's set up like an Amazon almost, but the way that your profile or store looks is almost like Facebook. You have a nice header to it, a profile picture you can choose, descriptions, about yourself or your store. You can add your social media profile links if you want to, if you really want to verify yourself and put yourself out there, or you don't have to. You can just make a username and create a password and an email to associate it to it. Now, what I like most about this is, unlike a site like Silk Road or any other dark web marketplace, OpenBazaar has a moderating feature. So when you choose to engage in commerce with another store, you can either choose to not involve a moderator, which then there are no fees for that, minus maybe the shipping that the seller charges, and you can agree to a transaction that way. Sellers are rated and have reviews on them. Now, the other end of it is that you can choose, let's say you're buying something from someone that you don't feel very comfortable with the transaction possibly, or it's involving a higher amount of Bitcoin to where you're nervous about the transaction going through, or maybe the seller just doesn't have a lot of reviews and ratings, and you would just feel better about having a moderator involved. And what that moderator does is it allows for you to rebuttal or put in for a return or a refund for your goods. Now, I like this because the moderator doesn't have to be someone special. You choose the moderator. You can choose from a list of stores who you want to moderate. So you can go through and you can pick someone who has 100% seller rating, or has really good reviews, or has been said to be fair in their moderations. There's all that on there for you. So you can choose a moderator, and then that moderator will get involved if needed on your transaction. So let's say I purchase, I don't know, a painting from someone. There's a lot of comics, a lot of painting, a lot of plant chemicals I saw, comic books, Litecoin gear, OpenBazaar gear. Bitcoin stuff. I want to steer you guys away from thinking that it is Silk Road-ish at all, because besides being hidden within the Tor network, and it being it using Bitcoin, I don't really see a Silk Road connection. They do a good job with keeping a mass amount of illegal things off of there. Obviously you do see some, occasionally we'll see some things that are prescription drugs. I did see some mushrooms, some marijuana on there, but nothing crazy. You didn't see nothing like anyone who was around for the original Silk Road days, which that's kind of where I got into Bitcoin. You will not see the same thing. These are legitimate stores trying to sell legitimate goods and be part of a decentralized network. You operate as a node yourself. And what happens is, from my understanding, is that when you do that and you download the network to your application, when you log on, it sends your encrypted data to the OpenBazaar network, in which anyone who is operating a node is then able to see that encrypted data that stores your store information. So they can then choose through there what stores they want to see, or what items they want to see through the store. Another reason why I like to compare it to Amazon is because when you are searching for goods, you not only can search the things by their item name, you can search by a hashtag or a category, but you can also choose whether it's a physical good, a digital good, both, neither. You can vote on, or you can search for things based on their star rating, whether they're new, used, new to the site. There's a lot of options built in. Now, this OpenBazaar 2.0 is a beta, but it is fully operational and working. And the coolest thing to me is the moderating part. So getting back to that a little bit, I kind of went off topic, but so let's say that I order a painting and the painting comes to me and there's a tear in it, okay? And I paid $40-something for it, but I chose to have a moderator just in case there are any damages, and I chose, for something like that. So I contact the moderator and I say, I'd like to go forward with trying to get a refund because I purchased a new painting and the painting came torn. That moderator will then reach out to the seller, will tell them what my request is, and then that seller will then either in turn tell them, yes, I will honor a refund or a return, no, I will not because this or this, and then that moderator will then make a decision based on what both parties have told them. Now, the moderator can either give a refund, cannot give a refund, or can issue partial refunds. So there are more than one option. It's very it works very well, and this is something I think that a lot of people have been looking for. It's a great way to sell your goods and cut out the middleman, just store to store operations, and with like-minded people. There are, like I said, if you download OpenBazaar and you go and you start looking through it, you'll see that it's not like the dark web marketplaces. These are people with actual goods that are, I believe, just believe in a decentralization, cutting out that middleman third-party store that monopolizes, that takes fees and charges you money, and being able to do commerce with other people that also are looking to do the same thing. It's really a cool site. I've spent a lot of time just searching through and seeing the items to get a good idea of what's on there, to kind of give you guys a better idea of what to expect. I definitely advise anyone who watches this to go check out openbazaar.org, download the app and check it out for yourself. It really is a cool thing. And the other thing is that it's not only Bitcoin they accept. You can choose altcoins, and there are different altcoins that you can use as payment. I see that as a huge leap forward. We're going to start seeing decentralized exchanges coming up. LRC, or Loopring, is one that I invested in about a month ago. And I think that with this whole China ban, yeah, they all just moved to Japan, which if you watch couple of my videos previous, I actually talked about that. I said I'm pretty sure that nothing's going to happen. You can't stop Bitcoin just because even if they do ban exchanges in China, it's decentralized. All you have to do is get a VPN or pull your coins out and put them in an exchange from a different country. As you guys just saw, JP Morgan bought over 19,000 Bitcoins on a Swedish exchange, on a European exchange. Okay, you don't have to be from that country to do commerce within their exchanges. I've used things that are in Chinese, you know what I mean? I've also used, I'm trying to think what it is now, the one that I'm doing, but there's one I'm on that is like Denmark dollars or something like that, or one of the European countries near them, because that's where the site that I'm using, it's an exchange, is operating out of, and it's an altcoin exchange. So you can't stop something decentralized, and that's why I think a lot of new investors that did pull out, they're new to the whole idea of decentralized currencies and businesses, because that's the reason for decentralization, because no one controls it. No one can just put an end to it. It just keeps going around it. Banning Bitcoin is like dropping a fence on a sidewalk and telling people to stay out. You just walk around on the grass. You know, it's silly to me. A lot of FUD. And, you know, I don't know. I can't speculate. There may be as September 30th comes around, there may be a huge dip again. But I think that it may be closer to what happened when Bitcoin forked. A lot of people thought that there was going to be a huge dip and that Bitcoin was going to crash. I, on the other hand, said don't expect a big crash, expect a small dip and then a huge spike, because you're going to see people not switch their miners over, but get their free Bitcoin Cash and start cashing it in, start buying Bitcoin, and that's exactly what happened. So I've been pretty spot on my predictions. I'm a pretty conservative trader and investor. You know, I do believe in you need to take risks to make money, but I think you should always take calculated risks. You shouldn't just see something and be scared you're going to miss out and put your money into it, because like I explained to my brother, there's always another wave that you can catch. Like, just because you missed out on that wave doesn't mean you can't catch the next one. Just do your research, stay up to date on what coins are coming out, what their purposes are, and if you believe in it, put some money into it. You know, but don't just put money in because you read on Reddit that something's hot, or because in a Facebook group people are talking about, you know, some coin, because that could be just their group gonna pump and dump a coin. You know, they have a lot of people. I saw with Verge, I think in this one group I'm in, there were like millions of Verge coins that were held between the members in that group. And what does that tell me? You have a group of people working together to pump up a coin and then all dump it together. That's not good for cryptocurrency's ecosystem. That's why China banned ICOs. That's why I don't necessarily agree with them, but I understand why they did it, because ICOs are like the cockroaches of cryptocurrency right now. Businesses and companies saw what Ethereum did, and investors saw how much money people made who were early investors in Ethereum. So now the whole ICO craze is like a big FOMO. Like, people hear ICO, they see a new coin, they want to put their money into it because they want to see gains, like from IOTA, from Stratus, from Ethereum, you know, from coins like that. They had massive gains from people that were early investors. That can happen, yes, that's going to keep happening with new coins that come out that have real world purposes. But that's the key. You have to find something that actually has a purpose. Okay, like there's a lot of things coming out that are just copy coins or that aren't really going to work. There's one I'm really interested right now. It's called Render, RNDR. It's not out yet, but it's going to be coming out soon. And really cool idea. They've got a great team behind them. I don't know if they're going to do an ICO or what they're going to do. The creator of the coin also created Octane. For any of you that do visual design or graphic design, you probably use Octane products on your computer. They are a leader in graphic design space, I would say. So what their whole idea is to be able to use as many GPUs as possible to be able to render graphics. You know, as things become more and more graphical, it becomes more and more difficult. You need more and more graphic power to render your photos or your designs. So this guy wants to kind of harvest your GPU power to for people to purchase to do jobs with, which is in turn very profitable. And for people that use NVIDIA cards, it is going to be very, very profitable. So render as well as Bitcoin Gold or Bitcoin GPU are the two things that I'm really looking forward to, as well as I'm looking forward to seeing if LRC has big gains. So we will we'll see in the near future as things go along. You know, with these ICO type coins, you can buy them at fractions of a penny. You know, so I don't advise going all out and just putting a ton of money into them. Like, I think I put $100 into like OPT and got 2,000 OPT coins or tokens, and not even, I put like 85, I think, at the time. And the same for LRC, and I have like 960 LRC tokens. Okay, because I don't give a shit about that. You know, if it crashes and it becomes nothing, who cares? I lost fucking 85, 90 bucks. If it does blow up, it's great. There's a stock that I purchased. I got a little insider tip on that I don't want to spread around right now. I don't want people putting their money into it, and I also don't want anyone to pump it right now. But a $150 investment could possibly make me $750,000 because of the industry that it's in and the market cap of its neighboring business that is involved in the same thing. So we'll see come the end of this quarter when they announce whether or not they found anything, but it was low risk, high reward. And you know, those are the kind of the things that I look at. I have a good buddy of mine that I met through Steemit that I talk to a lot. He is the king of shit coins, okay? He has so many random tokens, thousands of dollars in random tokens. And he made a joke. He's like, I'm going to buy some of everything on Ether Delta. And he probably has, almost. He follows nothing but stocks and coin market, you know, coin market websites and different wallets to just get Twitter updates on Twitter, just to get updates on what new coins are coming out, what new companies are coming out with tokens, so he can stay on top of kind of what's going on with that. And he has a great idea, you know, like, who gives a shit about $100 here, $100 there, when that $100 could go up 3,000%, 300,000%? Who knows? Like, you never know with these businesses. They're any one of them, if they have a real world purpose and have a good backing, could take off. But I advise everyone to invest with caution, because there are a lot of bad ICOs and a lot of fake ones and a lot of ones that are just put in to pump and dump. You got to be careful. But that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making a follow-up blog on my Steemit. You can check me out on Crypto Today. More in depth about OpenBazaar and its functions. But for now, if you're watching this video, go check it out, go download it, and let me know what you think in the comments section. Talk to you guys next time.